What's up, figure freaks? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel, and yet again we are doing another action figure review. We're doing Marvel Legends X-force ARCHANGEL. Looking at the box, I'm pretty excited about this figure. He looks sick. We got a nice picture of Warren in his gray and silver looking outfit there. On the back we got a write-up, says, after having his feather wings mutilated by the Morlocks, Apocalypse turns Angel into the deadly Archangel. Funny, I thought it was Harpoon, not the Morlocks, but maybe he was a Morlock. We have this nice little piece of artwork, which I remember is from the complete collection X-Force, back when it was like Clayton Crane was doing the artwork. I can't remember who the writer was, but I really enjoyed this arc. We got Warpath and Wolfsbane and Wolverine in the background. Pretty cool. Then we got a nice little picture of Warren's bust and head looking all mischievous and broody. And then on the front of the box, of course, we got the figure. Looks like a pair of swappable hands, fists and claw-y hands, a pair of swappable heads, the wings, and then of course you can't really see, but the weapon or power effects of the razor blades or feathers that are being flung out. Pretty excited to see how that works. Bottom we got the barcode, top we got the X. That's about it. Just want to give a shout out to Big Nerdy, because this was my first order from Nerdzoic, and he came through, and he came through with the quickness. I've had this for about 2 weeks now. Just as a personal touch, he says, thank you, Nathan, with the pen, smiley face, and then it says, note, thanks, Big Nerdy. So thank you, Big Nerdy. I do appreciate it. Love your channel. I haven't watched it in a while, to be quite honest, but I know it's a good channel. You keep it real. So, yeah, let's open up this Archangel and see what he's all about. Just a quick look at the molding and the interior packaging here. Of course, it comes with this thing, whoopsie, which is kind of seems to be the standard nowadays. It's just like kind of a comic box or comic strip looking background. Yeah, get that crap out of here. And of course you get this, get that crap out of here. Then we got this guy, and we got the two different panels. Whoops, wings fell out. This is looking pretty awesome, I gotta say. Not really sure. I think this is like the connectors down here. So, you know, it would have been nice. I guess we'll talk about this later, but I would have liked to see something that attaches to his back that, like, when his wings aren't, like, out, when they're, like, sheathed or whatever, that's kind of like almost like bull horns across his back. I would have loved to have seen that. So, let me get this guy put together and we'll reconvene. All right, we got our Mr. Archangel out of its packaging. I'm just going to kind of show you these wing components and kind of how to put them together. So we got 3 pieces here. So this is going to combine to become one, so you can kind of flex this wing. So you're just going to pop this thing in here. Pop that guy in there. And there you have it. So that looks pretty, like it looks like they belong together. I think this is right. Why is it clicking like that? There we go. And then you're gonna take this piece here, and you want this one. This is gonna be the hind piece. So this is gonna be kind of in the back here. So you're gonna pop it up here. You know, I guess you could do this like so, but I think what you wanna do is kind of have it in the back. Pop that up like that. So that's what you're looking at right there. See? We'll do it again over here. As you can see, I already put this together. Yep. Cool. Little pops. But there you go. There's that big wing. There's the hinge joint there. And then you got that peg sticking down at the bottom. And then you're just gonna pop this upward into that peg and swing it around. So that's how he's gonna look. All right, so we'll look at those wings attached to the figure. We also got these guys. If you can tell the difference, I think they're supposed to be labeled, but this is gonna be his left wing and this is gonna be his right wing. So we're gonna keep those together. We got these claw hands here. There's gonna be some scratching going on. Of course, he's got the fists affixed to his figure. And then what we got here is the screaming, angry head. Now, I think this is the version of Archangel where it's kind of like the Death Seed and Kid Apocalypse. And Warren here, Archangel, is in danger of becoming the next Apocalypse. So I think they have to go get the Death Seed, and Kid Apocalypse is mixed into it for some reason. I can't remember how exactly the story goes, but it was good. But yeah, this is the screaming head. The paint is solid. We got the two stripes on the top there. I like it, and I think I'm going to have the screaming head affixed to the body for display, just because I got the regular Angel not too long ago, and he's very calm and cool and rich, and this guy is angry. And then we got the same pretty much look of this head, but he's just not screaming. And of course, you pop the head off here, and then you look on the inside, you can tell there's this little red plate here. It's because his mouth is open. We've seen this before, and his tongue is, you don't just see his tongue, it's actually like almost sticking out. Three-dimensionally, so that's pretty cool. I like that, actually. So, but this isn't bad either. So let's put this on the body. There we go. Now, the paint is not perfect. I believe that this is the Vulcan buck, but without the butterfly joints. So there's no butterfly joints. I guess they took it away, and maybe these big holes in the back have something to do with it. So they could not have the butterflies in here because they would be exposed. You'd have some rubbing in there. So yeah, that's understandable. I don't mind that. But if you look here on the shoulder, oops, let's readjust that. We got some rub there on his left shoulder. The right shoulder seems to be A-okay. But then also on the back here, we have some rubbing. So that kind of comes from doing this. But if you love paint penning, and the funnest color of paint penning, I would say, is the metal silver look. This is very easily fixable, and I will do that before this video is over. Yeah, let's put this guy together and see what Archangel looks like when he's all winged up. Whoopsie daisy. I guess I should probably do articulation before I throw on those wings, just because they're gonna get in the way. Head swivels like that. He looks down about like that. Not too bad. Looks way up. It's gonna be good for that flying pose. The shoulders, as you saw, go up like that. Watch the silver paint rub. Bicep cut. Ooh, what the heck is going on there? That feels really loose. We got the double jointed pinless elbows. And then of course we got the pivot, vertical pivot, and twist on the hands. Stomach crunch, very ratchety. I'm cool with that. But look at that. I mean, that's a nice flight pose right there. But yeah, wow, listen to that. Pop, pop. So, swivel at the waist, does the splits at the hip joints, thigh cut, double jointed knees, and then boot cut, swivel, or not swivel, hinge and pivot, and I guess tilt on the ankle. Not much of a swivel there. That's the boot cut. But yeah, decent figure. Am I missing the butterflies? I don't know. Not really. With the wings, do we really need it? But almost all figures should have the butterflies. It wouldn't have hurt, but I think drilling some holes in here would have done some damage. They would have been exposed. I think that's part of the reason why we didn't get butterflies of any of the angel figures. So, all right, we're gonna wing them up now. All right, just gonna hit on the articulation on the wings, and just to let you guys know, I attacked this shoulder with the paint pen. It's this one, the Craft Smart. You can get it at any hobby store, but there's better ones out there, but this one is the one I used, and I think it's a improvement. It might be a tad darker, but maybe when it dries it'll look a little bit better. I just did it like literally a minute ago. So just so you can check out the wing articulation, so the one that plugs in right into the back, there is a pivot right there, and then of course that leads up to here where there's this hinge, and you can move that around like that. It also will go this way. You can go upside down if you want. You can pretty much do whatever you like. And then of course around the back you got the secondary wing, and this can move. So you can kind of do something like this where he's like covering up his whole body, like shielding himself or whatever. Let me attach this guy on here, and we'll try to get these razor blades fixed and looking good. Oh, whoa, okay. Blammo. Let's pop that back on there, and then let's get this guy up there. There we go. So there we got it. So articulation is pretty awesome simply because there's so much of it. What would have made this better? If they could have pulled off the holes for the wings in the back, as well as butterfly joints. But his butterfly joints are on the wings, right? So you don't need them on the arms. There he is standing there looking strong, looking angry. And then, so apparently these have marks on them left and right. I don't see them, but what you want to do is you just clip these on, and they don't really work or really look that great anywhere else like that. Like, I don't know what kind of action shots you're gonna make with that. That looks horse shit. So what I've been led to believe is that they should be clipped on to the very end here of the wing. So you can like throw them like that. Oh, that wasn't good. But here, I'll show you before we get more into these things. Kind of go like that. So he's shielding himself, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. So he can kind of like, shield himself from some bullets. Maybe he could almost like cannonball into somebody. Oh. Head just popped off here. This review's a fucking mess. God damn it. I need to start over. So here, let's try that again. Move these arms back a little bit. So could he be like flying like this? Toboggan style. Just like bombard a bunch of dudes, just be like, boom. Yeah, so not a bad figure. It's just a lot going on, you know? And of course, with all the weighty stuff with the wings and whatever, it's challenging to get him to stand. Will he stay standing like this? I don't know. You bump the table a little bit. Oh, he stayed standing. So there's that. That's good. I can recommend just kind of spreading out the legs a little bit and then kind of doing the tilt so he gets a good grip on the flooring. And there you go. Now let's try these guys one more time here. We're going to do this one. And then have them kind of going like this, maybe. I don't know. Is that going to really work? So, I don't know. Is it going to be worth posing this guy or displaying this guy on the shelves looking something like this? Did they not think this through that well? I don't know, man. Like, hello? If you guys got any ideas, please let me know, because I would love to know. It would be nice if they somehow... Oh, wait, let's see here. Maybe like that? Yeah, there you go. Little side curveball there. That doesn't look too bad, does it? I don't know. Sorry guys to just be fucking around with the camera on like this, but I'm really experimenting, so you're seeing all this crap in real time. So I don't know if I'm gonna be, I mean, these almost look like they should have like came with Gambit or Long Shot in a way. I'll mess around some more. Maybe I'll get something out of these and kind of do a little continuation, but for now, Dookie, doo-doo garbage. So yeah, other than that, pretty good figure. The paint, I can't really complain too much about because I fixed it. Again, there's a lot going on with this figure, with the wings, more so with the recent Angel that we got in the red suit. I like that figure as well. I do like Angel as well as Archangel as a character. Yeah, so I'm happy to get it. Let's bring in that Angel. And we'll do some comparisons here. I'm going to give this figure, I'll give him a solid 7 for this guy. Nice solid 7. Just because it's a great character. I'm not really going to take off any points for the paint. The articulation's pretty good. Yeah, just a busy figure, you know, a lot of articulation going on there. Now, one question I want to ask with this guy: do you think Hasbro Marvel Legends effed up by releasing this guy in the red suit? Because we got the X-Factor Jean, we got the X-Factor Cyclops, we're probably going to get a new Iceman and hopefully a humanoid or human-looking beast figure. But the red suit was Angel's X-Factor suit. I know he did have this red suit early on, but he also had the blue and white suit. Now, this would be the X-Factor suit. Is that what it's meant to be? Or do you think maybe, oh, you know, they probably should have just done the blue suit and then done the red suit and the X-Factor, you know, X and white across the body there? I don't know. If you remember back in the Toy Biz days, they did the variant where he came in a blue suit as well as a red suit, and I think it was maybe the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure, but disgusting looking figure, that Angel figure. Just those old Toy Bizes. I know they're classic and they're awesome toys, but figures have evolved so much since then. So I love this figure, but I was hoping we got him in a blue because then we could do the X Factor in the red. But, you know, who knows? Maybe they'll give us a blue and white. I don't know. Maybe there's another color coordinated suit that he wore for X Factor. But yeah, it's just time will tell, right? All right, here we got Archangel up on a stand, taking flight. I gotta say, I like this figure. He's still staying at a 7, a solid 7, but, you know, this is like, it's almost like a fucking mantelpiece. He's so big and, you know, just, he could take over your shelf. You know, he's kind of like Sauron. He's big, he's winged, he takes up a lot of room. He probably needs a flight stand if you want to get the full vibe and feeling of what he is. But yeah, this guy is awesome, man. Really good looking. And now that I got the paint right, looking pretty good. And he's solid. The wings stay in position, luckily. So yeah, really solid figure here. All right, we're going to take him down. We're going to do some comparisons. We saw Warren here. This is a lovely figure. I kind of want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think Hasbro screwed up by doing the red and white with the little angel halo thing on the chest? Should they have saved the red and white for the X Factor? Or is this the actual X Factor costume that you want? Or would you have preferred them doing the blue and white with the halo? You know, maybe throw in a blue head. Because he, you know, after he became Archangel, sometimes he wore this suit but still had the blue head. But yeah, would you have preferred getting the blue and white suit and them saving the red and white for the X Factor lineup? So tell me what you guys think. 7 on the Archangel figure. It's a solid 7, like it's a high 7 because it's nice. I really do like this figure. Not perfect though. None of them ever are. I know I say that over and over and over again, but this is just, it's a great, solid looking figure. I like the body, the buck, the wings are awesome. Wish there was more flexibility with the wings, and that's kind of why I'm cutting it down to a 7. You know, otherwise it could be an 8, you know, but it is what it is. Let's do some comparisons. All right, let's bring in another Archangel. Now I kept the head of death on here because I got him displayed with Apocalypse. I really do hope we get some other horsemen, like whether it's like the original War, Famine, and Pestilence, or if we get like Ahab or like X-Men versions of them, like Wolverine and Gambit, blah blah blah. But I would like some versions. I wouldn't mind getting an Ahab. That'd be cool. I thought he was cool with his little harpoon. That wouldn't be too bad. I'm hopeful that we get some form of 4 horsemen to go with our death. We need a version of War, Pestilence, and Famine. Whatever works, you know, maybe do a 3-pack or shit. let's get those horses. Their horses would be sick. I mean, that would be the ultimate, you know, and probably would cost a pretty penny, but, you know, hey, HasLab perhaps? I don't know. Are they popular enough? Would people react to that in a positive way? I'm not really sure, but just looking at these two guys, you can tell the newer ones, the wings look way more aerodynamic, less clunky. Yeah, there's a huge difference, you know, and these things, like, they slide out. It's just, and I had the previous offering, and the legs were kind of buckling. He was like the super glossy, like purple and blue one. Love that figure. I would put him on top of my Christmas tree because he looks so glossy and cool. So, but I sold him off with a little bit of, with a lot, like an X-Men lot, so I got rid of him. Still, I love that figure. I like this figure as well, but would like to see an update of that version if possible. You know, it's probably going to be a long time coming, but of course this guy is not that bad. It's just, look at this, kind of move around, and the wings are like kind of bouncy, you know. It's not easy to keep them up like this. It does weigh him down, so he wants to fall over, but the way I've been posing him is kind of like this, like he's like almost like defending himself, and also because I need room in the display. So that's our Archangel. Let's put him back here. Don't fall over, please. Now we are going to bring in X-force. So what do we got here? We got Warren's, one of Warren's girlfriends, Psylocke. This is the Ninja Psylocke, which I like. I think I added the scarf. Can't remember where I got it from, but something other than this figure. She came with the 3-pack, which included this guy, Phantom X, as well as Nimrod. Got his wicked, crazy, huge guns with a little smoke effect there. So let's bring these guys over here. Better bring in the big boy because he's going to be in the back. We got Warpath, the new Warpath from the X-23 Warpath 2-pack. We'll bring in X-23 just to show you her. I think it's a great pack. Would have loved to get Warpath with no pins, but it is what it is. The pins are the same color as the arms, so they saved the buck. Let's put big old Warpath back here. Make sure he's looking at the camera. We'll do X-23 back here. Phantom X gonna move back a little bit because we still got a lot coming. Here we got Domino, looking up high. I gave her, I think, some Snake Eyes guns because the guns she came with sucked. So let's put her back here. Get all the ladies together here. Oh, don't do it, don't do it. I'd like to see a new Domino. Oh man, her legs are like all buckled and look at that shit. There we go. All right. Then we got Mr. Nightcrawler. I gotta unplug this phone, sorry guys. Bring in Nightcrawler here. It's a big group. And, you know, like, honestly, there's a few members missing from this run, you know. And this guy was kind of a late addition. He came around a little later. somehow came from the Age of Apocalypse. Oh, come on now, don't do it. Oh my God, come on. Now you gotta back off, Warren. Back off your lady. All right, look at this team. And we still got more. Bring in Wolverine here. Front and center. But he's looking down. What the heck's going on? This is kind of how I got him posed on the shelf. Wolverine's like, what the heck are you doing? Doing a little leg, playing a little footsie with Wolverine there. So there we have the full, complete team, or what we got so far. Pretty badass team. But yeah, like Elixir, Vanisher, Wolfsbane, wasn't Douglock maybe part of this team as well? Doug Ramsey? I can't remember, but yeah, pretty nice team. Badass group, bunch of killers. And then if you're going to have this X-Force and have Archangel around, you got to bring in the guy that made him into Archangel, which is Apocalypse. This is the Build-A-Figure from years and years ago when we got this Archangel. We got this little claw accessory that clamps onto Apocalypse here. Makes him look more apocalyptic. I do have that retro version and with he's got the little gun and the tubing and the blast effect. I have yet to open up that figure, so I want to do that. I just sold off my Age of Apocalypse. I kept the little skull that he came with, but honestly, I didn't dig that figure that much. I thought his little cape sucked. It just didn't work for me, you know, and 2 Apocalypse are enough, and I was planning on opening that retro one. Just removing these guys so Apocalypse can stand next to his little creation. My angel of death. So, guys, I hope you like this little review. It's probably going to turn out to be extra long, but hey, you saw it in real time. I hope you enjoy that. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm coming up on about 185 subs, so I hit 200. I'm going to show you another display, and I think it's going to be my DC Universe Classics, which I'm very excited about. Coming up next, we are going to do Faker from the Motu Masterverse line. That's coming up. We're going to see you on the next one, guys, very soon. We'll see you later, guys. Peace out. All right, after dilly-dallying with this guy a little bit, I think I kind of figured it out. So I just basically swapped the wings. So I took this wing, which was on this side, and put it over here, and I swapped it so that the fins or whatever, the bottoms of the wings were coming out. And it actually looks good from certain angles. It doesn't look that bad to me here on camera. I'm not really sure if it looks that great, but let me see here. I don't know, I'll have to put down the camera. But so yeah, I just flipped them. And so then you had to flip these and block them into the top. They usually lock in from this side right here, but you did it from the opposite side. They lock in pretty tightly. They just don't snap in because it's not meant to be. But, you know, you could do it either or. You could actually have these coming out this way as well so that they're kind of thrusting forward as well. But I thought he should maybe have some wings to help him fly. From back here, it looks pretty good. And it actually looks like he is like kind of, his wings are just like almost like waving and thrusting forward and shooting these things out of the wings. So, yeah. 7.8 is my new rating. I'm gonna up my score just a little bit because of this. I mean, like this right here looks pretty sick, I think. It looks almost like organic, like he's like thrusting his wings forward and these things are shooting out. So that's pretty sick. I do like this figure after finding this and kind of, you know, fucking around with him a little bit and dilly-dallying. Much improved figure. I might actually pose him like this so I can have these razor blades coming out. So yeah, really cool, guys. So drop some comments. We'll see you on the next one. All right, peace out.